This subsection of traffic lights is having a look at the dangers arising from vehicles heading from an oncoming direction. In the next subsection, we'll have a look at the dangers arising from vehicles traveling in the same direction. This subsection of oncoming direction is focusing in on vehicles trying to beat a traffic light. That's what we see in the animation. We have the driver of the green vehicle that's closest to the intersection, driver of the red vehicle that's still a fair distance from the intersection. Both have a green light currently. Let's run the animation. At this point, it's turned to amber, and note that the green vehicle is even closer to the intersection, almost within the intersection. The red vehicle is still a long enough distance away in order to be able to slow down and come to a stop. Now, how does a driver know at which point either to slow down and stop or whether to go through the intersection on amber? Well, this is answered on the website, both by a question that covers that, as well as the very first video in the series on the website, which deals with amber. I'll put a link to both the question as well as that video on the website in the description section of the video below. However, the driver of the red vehicle does have time to slow down and stop, but he tries to beat the traffic light and lands up colliding in the intersection. So just be cautious of that. If you, the driver of the green vehicle, don't just assume that you're close to the intersection, the other driver is still a long enough distance away from the intersection so that it's safe for you to go. Don't just assume that. Always check and make sure. Have a look at what the intentions of the driver is. Is he actually slowing down or perhaps even accelerating in trying to make it through the intersection? And then judge your behavior or your corrective action accordingly. In the real life clip, we'll see that this is the case. The camera's at fault here. He does have warning from the traffic lights well before he enters the intersection. Notice there's already a vehicle waiting to turn left through the intersection. So he's close enough to actually have the right of way, and especially once the traffic lights turn against the favor of the camera, he at this point is still far enough from the intersection to be able to slow down, come to a stop, but he tries to beat the traffic light and lands up colliding with this vehicle turning through the intersection. So just to repeat the point, if you were the driver waiting to turn through the intersection, rather just check and make sure that any oncoming vehicles are slowing down before entering the intersection. Rather be safe and save for yourself those few seconds instead of landing up in an accident situation where it's going to cost you a lot more time. Please like, subscribe, and get notified.